Hi friends, it's Maria Ross here, brand strategist and author of The Empathy Edge. And given our current situation right now with this global crisis, I figured now was the time to create a video series for you on how to strengthen your own empathy muscles as a leader, as a brand, as a human being right now. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about this book ever since this crisis hit, with people saying, wow, empathy is something we need to talk about now more than ever. And I've always thought it was something that we needed to talk about now more than ever, but it really is relevant. The good news, the silver lining to all of this is that we're seeing countless examples of empathy and empathetic leaders and brands standing up and making a difference and having an impact and doing what's right to help people who are in need and who are suffering. We're seeing it with companies like Zoom Communications, a webinar platform and meeting platform that has given away their services to K through 12 schools while they're trying to figure out this whole distance learning thing. It's phenomenal. There's so many other examples. I'd love to hear more in the comments. But right now, what I want to do with this 7-part series is give you some tools and habits that I learned during the 3 years of researching this book on how to strengthen your own empathy muscle. So let me start here first. If you say, I'm just not naturally empathetic, that's a cop-out, because science has shown us that empathy is intrinsic to human beings. We're hardwired for it. It's in our DNA. And so it's just that maybe that muscle has atrophied for you over time, whether because of your upbringing, because of a toxic work environment that you're in right now. It hasn't been fostered and rewarded and celebrated. So we're going to start doing that now, because we really need, especially with all of the things that are going on in our workplaces, empathy for each other as we try to navigate working from home and homeschooling our kids. Like, I can relate to that right now. Empathy for our coworkers as executives and leaders have to make really tough decisions in terms of layoffs or furloughs. And just empathy for our friends and neighbors as we're all coping with this stressful time in a different way. So here's today's first habit for you. The first thing you must do if you want to strengthen that empathy muscle is to practice presence. Now, I know that sounds a little bit woo-woo, whatever presence means to you, but it's all about grounding yourself without distraction, without all the gunk in your own head about worry or lack of confidence or anger. You've got to make space in your brain, in your head, so that you can adopt another person's point of view and respond with compassion. Even the Dalai Lama talks about this in terms of if you've got anger and all these other negative emotions competing in your own head, you're not in the moment. You're sort of up in this space where you're reactionary and you're not able to look at a situation for what it is. So what does practice presence actually mean? Like, how do you do that, right? That could be whatever mindfulness means to you. And I love that I spoke to mindfulness experts in writing this book who said, look, this just has to be 5 or 10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be 3 weeks at a ashram in India. Like, you can practice presence. So that could be starting your day off with a cup of coffee and no phone, no internet for like 5 or 10 minutes. It could be going for a jog. It could be going for a walk. It could be knitting. It could be actually meditating. There's so many other ways that we can ground ourselves in the moment where we just shut off the hamster wheel in our own brains. So what do you need to do not only to start your day, but to go into those important discussions and meetings? Maybe you're having an all hands with your team right now and it's not really great news that you have to deliver. Maybe you have to lay someone off. Maybe you have to tell a customer you can't deliver what was promised to them because of supply chain issues. Whatever it is, how can you adopt an empathetic point of view unless you clear your own mind and you ground yourself first? So the first habit you really need to practice, and believe me, I'm raising my hand on this, I have a hard time with this. I am very impatient, I'm very reactionary, I'm very emotional. And this isn't that you want to get rid of all emotions, but you want to be able to be in a place where you can look at things objectively and look at things from someone else's point of view. So practice presence. Find a way each day that we're in this and beyond to ground yourself before you start your day and before you go into important meetings or discussions. I'll be back tomorrow with tip number 2 on how to strengthen your empathy. Hope you're staying healthy, staying safe, and staying sane. Take care.